Hello once again, this is PC-Spacegoon. I'm bringing you another game here, this time on Scrap Station. This is the re-game I was talking about if you are watching these games in order. This is going to be PC Bebopcola versus TsXnoss on the correct map this time. Yay, confusion. So, once again, American Pro League, their first season. This is week 3, round of 16. And this is game 1, take 2, pretty much. So, yeah. Hopefully, things will go as well for Bebopcola this time around as they did the first time around. We shall see. So, here we have standard mineral correction. Alright, you know, all that good stuff. I don't know why I continually get stuck on talking about mineral collection. I look at the base and I'm like, what are they doing? Collecting minerals. Oh, yes, very good. Extractor trick, obviously, going down here from Bebopcola. I guess I can talk about certain things about the map here. We got this watchtower here, this watchtower here. If you have those two watchtowers and put some overlords here and here, you can pretty much see all the way down half the map. So if anybody tries to do anything, you can see it. If you have decent overlord positioning. Also, this gold down here. People often go here when they feel like they're behind. So if you like hit somebody and you feel like you've done a decent amount of damage, very, very often you should check here because that's like the first place people go. They're like, oh crap, I feel a lot of damage has been dealt to me. Quick, go to the gold. But if you catch it, you just kill them and then that's game. But if you don't, then you're in trouble because they're just gonna freaking collect tons of money and then they're gonna come back and you're gonna be aggravated because you should have just scouted down there and won. I've had that happen before, in case you couldn't tell. Alright, so, it's happened more than once. I mean, after it happened to me once, I scout that pretty much every time. But that's usually what happens. People feel like they're behind, go take the gold. So, just something to be aware of on this map. Especially because it's so far out of the way, you don't usually just run past it. Alright, so the overlords are kind of high-fiving it out in the middle here. It's just like, floating in space. And this overlord's going south. Spawning pool going down for TsXnoss, and also spawning pool going down for PC Bebopcola. Bebopcola is a little bit faster on his spawning pool. I don't think those seconds are going to matter, but seconds do matter in this game, so we'll have to see. TsXnoss going out now. Is he going to try to expand? Yep. TsXnoss trying to expand to the south here. Bebopcola getting that queen up. Getting that metabolic boost. Probably trying to do something roughly to the tune of what he did last time. But this time, TsXnoss is going to foresee somehow. He's going to see what is going on as far as Bebopcola's possible building. And we'll be like, well, going to build a baneling nest. If I know there's Zerglings coming, I'm going to build that baneling nest. So, obviously, a little bit of foresight considering that he played against Bebopcola once already. And so, let's see, metabolic boost about half done there. Just starting for TsXnoss because obviously he spent a lot of gas in this baneling nest. So their baneling nest is now down, and he immediately, without hesitation, builds 2 banelings. So, and Bebopcola now has an okay amount of lings going. He's going to have speed here fairly shortly. Working on the +1 upgrade for his weapons. More larvae popping off. Bebopcola sees that there is an expansion going down, so he's probably going to try to do something about that as soon as possible. Metabolic boost about half done. There are the banelings chilling here now. Obviously, he does not have a lot of gas because banelings cost 25 to construct. So they do soak up a decent amount of gas early on, especially if you're on one geyser and you are not collecting. So there you go. There's the last bit of his gas going down into the 3rd baneling. Bunch of Zerglings now swooping across the field. Here to the right-hand side, we have TsXnoss. His expansion is up, and here comes the baneling. Now, if Bebopcola was able to peel like a Zergling off, oh, he loses like 6 right there. That's really painful. Another baneling coming down. If he's able to peel like a Zergling off and hit that baneling for minimal deaths, it would be awesome. But 3 more Zerglings, biting the big one, 2 more Zerglings, and he really doesn't have enough Zerglings to do anything anymore. And he pulls back. 14 more Zerglings in production for TsXnoss, and a Roach Warren going down for Bebopcola, which considering TsXnoss is collecting no gas, may not honestly be the best choice in this situation, but obviously roaches are good against banelings, so there is that. Bunch of Zerglings now poaching forward here for Bebopcola. Okay amount here, and some here, but a whole bunch more just hatched, so they'll be pushing Bebopcola back, I would assume. Bebopcola has no defenses at the moment. He could really do with some spine crawlers. He has the money for them. If he drops like 3 or 4 spine crawlers, he'd probably be alright right now. But, yeah, these Zerglings are going to come in way too fast. For even he would have had to construct those spine crawlers the minute he saw that his opponent had banelings, pretty much. So now there's going to be a big Zergling battle going on out here, and then the Zergling's going to swoop in, take out his queen, looks like, and Bebopcola just outright leaves the game at this point. No GG, no nothing, but obviously mildly upsetting, considering he had won the game before and then was forced to play a regame. But you also have to try not to let your emotions get the better of you and cause you to not think clearly, because there are several things that Bebopcola probably could have done in this situation. Some of them are control, which it's hard to say, yeah, you should just control your stuff better, because obviously if you could have, you would have. I mean, it's not like you're going to go in the game and decide that you're not going to control your units. But yeah, obviously try to deal with banelings with Zerglings is very hard. Not impossible, but it is very difficult to do. So I think Bebopcola did his best under the circumstances, but unfortunately he was not able to pull it out this time. So we are currently down 1. So it's 1-0 in Elite Gaming's favor. All right, on to the next game.